Join me for 20 minutes of slow and leisurely yoga. Grab your mat to begin. Hello and welcome to Asana with Jess, starting in our easy pose. Legs crossed, hands on the knees, straightening through the spine, tucking the ribcage down and under, and take some deep breaths here. Calming the mind, resetting the body for our class today. Draw a breath in, lifting through the spine, turning around to your right, placing the right arm behind you and the left hand on that right knee, gazing over the right shoulder, a supine twist. Come back to center, and we'll take this on the other side this time. Right hand comes to left knee, left arm behind you, gazing over the left shoulder. Return to center and make your way onto your hands and knees. Hands in line with the shoulders, knees in line with the hips. Taking some hip circles now around to the right and down to the left and back. Around to the right and down to the left and back. Moving through this motion in your own time. Warming up the hips. Return to center and go the other way this time. To the left and down, to the right and back. Flowing through this movement, loosening up the hip joints and perhaps feeling this in your abdominal muscles too. Take one more here. Come back to center and lower your hips to the mat, bending at the elbows, releasing the feet and coming up into our baby cobra. Elbows and hands planted on the mat, gazing up towards the ceiling. Taking a few breaths here, really drawing the shoulder blades down and together. Shoulders away from the ears, feeling this deep stretch through the upper back and the abdominal muscles. Really squeeze your hips down onto the mat. Shift the hands back to chest height, coming onto your fingertips. Press the tops of your feet into the mat, coming into upward facing dog, thighs off the mat. Tip the hips up and untuck the toes for downward dog, our very first downward dog of today's class. Bend one knee at a time, taking this in your own pace, stretching out the hamstrings and the calf muscles. Warming up into this pose. Although this is a fundamental beginner's yoga pose, it can be really hard and quite intense for some people, especially if you have tight hamstrings. so be kind to yourself and bend the knees if needed. Press those heels to the mat and draw your shoulders away from your ears. Spread the fingertips out, trying to take some of the strain off the wrists by bending them a little and really pressing them into the mat. Don't forget to breathe while you are in this pose. Shift your gaze between your hands and take 4 to 6 small steps towards them, taking your time and coming into a standing forward fold. Hold on to opposite elbows with your hands and maybe take some rocks from side to side, decompressing the spine, letting the head hang loose. And of course, bending at the knees if needed. Release the hands and step the left foot across the right foot, bending the left knee and keeping the right knee as straight as you can. Feeling this deep forward bend, targeting the right leg a little bit more. Take one more breath here. Release that left foot, coming into a regular forward fold. Lift to halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. And this time step the right foot across the left foot, bending that right knee and trying to straighten the left knee as much as you can without hyperextending. It's okay if your fingers can't touch the mat. Just bend within your practice and use yoga blocks if you have them. Take one more breath here. Release the right foot, coming into a forward fold and holding onto opposite elbows once more. Taking some gentle rocks from side to side if this feels right for you. Return to center, release the hands, inhale for halfway lift, exhale fold, bend at the knees, draw the hands at your sides and into the sky above your head. Pulling down to Anjali Mudra, heart center. Take a moment here to reset. Inhale, and on the exhale, draw the hands into the sky. Bend at the hips, coming down to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, fold. Place the hands on the mat, step the right foot back into a low lunge, followed by the other foot, coming into a plank position and taking a chaturanga on your knees. Untuck the toes, coming onto your elbows, drawing the shoulder blades down for our baby cobra. And slowly release your chest to the mat. Bend the right knee, reach behind you, grabbing onto it with your right hand. Pulling that foot towards you, feeling the stretch in the quadricep muscle. resting your forehead on your left hand. See if you can pull that foot in a little bit further, deepening the stretch, and release this when you are ready. This time, rest your forehead on your right hand, bend the left knee and reach behind you, grabbing onto it with the left hand. Pulling that knee in towards you, feeling that stretch. Embracing the heat in the leg by sending your breath towards it. Now keeping the left knee bent, also bend the right knee, grabbing onto it with your right hand. Holding onto the outsides of the ankles, inhale, and on the exhale, lift your torso up, aiming to get both your knees and your chest off the mat, gazing forward for our bow pose. Really squeezing through the back, the glutes, and the hamstring muscles, and exhale, release. Hands at your sides, push up, coming into a wide-legged child pose, toes together, forehead resting on the mat. Taking this time to center your thoughts and catch a breath, remembering to breathe deep into the diaphragm and control your exhale. We are shifting through to the seated restorative poses of our class. Slowly walk your hands in towards your body, lifting your torso up. Bring the legs out in front of you. Flex the toes, really trying to press those knees into the mat. Place your hands behind you, using them to prop you up, keeping a really straight spine. Slowly start to bend towards your knees. You should feel this one in your hamstrings, and as you warm up, you might be able to bend a little bit closer. If you gaze towards your feet, this will help you keep a straight spine and bending from the hips, not the back. If it is within your practice, you can reach your hands onto your shins. Trying not to pull your torso closer, but instead making this a more passive stretch. Letting gravity do the work and letting your body warm up and fall into place. If you want more of a challenge, you can bring your fingertips to your toes. Trying not to hyperextend through the elbows, keeping a slight bend in each arm. Avoid collapsing through the back. Try and maintain a straight spine. When you are ready, very slowly lift your torso back up. bending both knees and grabbing onto opposite elbows underneath them. Use your elbows to pull your shoulder blades away from each other, tucking the chin into the chest. You should feel this deep stretch between the shoulder blades and the upper back, curving the spine, really pulling those shoulder blades away. And release, swapping which hand was in front. One more breath here. Slowly release, making sure there's enough room behind you. Bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out wide. Rolling down onto your back for our reclined bound angle pose. Placing one hand on your belly and one hand on your chest. Relaxing the knees, letting them fall out wide. Relaxing every inch of your body and feeling the cycles of breath through the chest, the ribs, and the belly. Feeling your stomach rise and fall with every inhale and exhale. Slowly bring some movement back into your body. Draw the knees into the chest, release the hands, and take a moment here. Maybe take some rocks from side to side to massage the spine. Open your eyes when you are ready. Roll onto your side into a fetal position and slowly make your way up to seated. Crossing the legs for our easy pose, hands on the knees. Taking some final neck stretches, circling the head around to the left anti-clockwise. Drawing big circles with the nose, rolling through the neck muscles, releasing any tension that might still be there. And reverse it, going the other way, clockwise this time. And return the head to center. Taking a moment here to focus on your pranayama, your breath work, drawing deep inhales into the chest, the ribs and the belly, and taking a cleansing exhale out through the mouth. Notice how your body feels different to what it did at the start of our practice today, and be grateful and thankful that your body could do this class. Drawing the hands to center, thank you so much for practicing yoga with me today. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Sending you love and light. Namaste.